What's going on, guys? So you guys know I'm at the beach, a couple more days vacation. Just the brain is going crazy. Like you always have to get these breaks. It just regenerates, rejuvenates, does all the good stuff for you. So I want to talk about the shark picture I am posting in the comments below. You know, I grew up on the beach. I love the beach. I know there's lots of creepy crawlies out there. It's never gonna change my passion for the sand and the salt and the sea and fishing. But I can tell you that I was running down the beach yesterday. I saw this gentleman who caught the shark in the picture below. It's not a big shark, but it's a shark. It's a big enough shark. And it's gonna keep a percentage of the population out of those waters, right? And it's a completely unfounded fear that little shark is gonna attack them and chew off their limbs, and it's just waiting for them out there in the water where they can't see and they don't know what is out there. And in their mind, that shark is 8 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet long, and it's just waiting to chomp on them. And I see so many young clinicians who are fearful. I see even more seasoned clinicians who are fearful. I mean, I think we can all agree things don't get easier as we get older. But they're fearful of the sharks in the water when we're talking about business. And specifically, I'm talking about some of the larger corporate chains that are out there who have their place, just like the shark in the water has its place. We are not a food source, right? There's plenty of fish in the sea, so the saying goes. That shark has zero interest in me. These corporate clinics have zero interest in you. Maybe at some point, if you grow and scale and get large enough, you might be an acquisition target, which I think would be a dream come true for a lot of us. But the reality is, you're just a dot in the big scheme of things. I would say, if anything, you help the large corporates, because you're putting marketing dollars out there, you're building brand awareness, you're telling the community about physical therapy and all the great benefits of physical therapy, and they get to capitalize on the marketing dollars you're spending. So they have no interest in putting you out of business. You're not a threat to them in any way. And what I would encourage you is to find that symbiotic relationship, right? You guys have all seen like National Geographic, Shark Week. You see those sucker fish that are on the bottom of the shark's belly, and the shark never eats them, never attacks them. It's because there's a symbiotic relationship between the shark and that sucker fish. I can't remember what they're called right now. But the idea is you can have that same kind of relationship, whether you're all cash-based out of network, whether you're all in network, but a small private practice. There's a place for all of us in this ecosystem. And you guys have probably heard me say before, but I've got a bunch of new people on this list. We want to live on the extremes. You guys know the bell curve, right? The standard deviations. We want to be in that 5% at the high end and at the low end. That's where we're going to succeed. That's where we're going to live and thrive. Our practice is going to grow. Leave the center portion to the corporates. They have the resources and the manpower, and they can make stuff happen for low margin, high volume. We can't. We just can't do it. So whether you're at the high end, charging $250, $300, $500 for the service you're providing, the experience you're providing, or you're at the low end, charging $100 a month, you know, $150 a month, unlimited services. Like, this is where we are gonna find what we're looking for, which is a path to achieve our goals. Just like a new patient walking into your practice, your business should be viewed like a patient. Your business should be viewed like a patient in the sense that you analyze their strengths, their weaknesses. You look at the context where that person is within society, where your business is within the landscape of your community, and you establish goals. My goals when we started the business after the first couple years was build an independent business that ran without me, that wasn't dependent on my skills, my services, my time, because I knew that I was getting married to my partner. She and I were gonna have a family, and we wanted to build a financial resource that would pay us whether we were treating patients or not, because our top priority was to spend time with our children while they were young, raise a family, do all the things that, you know, our grandparents told us we should be focusing on and what's important in life. Everybody's going to have their own goal, their own context, their own surrounding. So you just have to understand. That's why I can't give anybody business advice. I would never want you to take what I say as business advice for you. I want you to understand certain lessons and principles that are going to be universally applied, and then put them within the context of your situation. I use a bicep curl in the clinic very differently than somebody uses a bicep curl in the gym, right? But it's still a bicep curl. It's a universal principle that applies to strengthening specific muscle, specific movements. So guys, I hope that was helpful in some way. Let me know what you're thinking. I've got a couple more days here. I'm looking at releasing a new series of Medicare educational videos sometime early next week. And I'm working on a pet project, if you guys are still watching. It's a new grad toolkit. It's a new grad blueprint, where basically we're gonna kind of package a bunch of tools that new grads need to know and understand to help them manage the debt they're coming out of school with, create a path to the success, however it's defined by them, and have tools in their toolbox, not clinical tools, resources, networks, people that they can fall back on and say, hey, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to go, help me on the path to get there. So new grad toolkit, new grad blueprint, I don't know what I'm calling it, doesn't matter. What matters is what's inside of it. I put out an announcement this morning. Check it out. Otherwise, guys, as always, I appreciate your time. Your time is valuable. I'll catch you guys in the next live.